Hello and welcome to the Stamp Camp. I'm Glenda Calkins, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Tonight it is Tuesday's Techniques, or Technique Tuesday, and tonight I have a technique called Color Blocking Background. We're going to use a clear block and some ink pads to create our background and then put our gorgeous In the Pines tree over the top. So let's change the camera so you can see what I'm talking about. And we'll get started. So this is the card that we're going to create tonight, and this is the color blocking background that I'm talking about. You're going to use a clear block, and we're going to use 3 different ink pads. This technique will look different each and every time that you do it. It just depends on how much ink you apply, how much water you spritz on it. But it is just a fun and different technique to get those backgrounds for different scenes that you might want. So let's get started. So we are going to be using the E block. So this is the E block. I want to make sure. The colors, the ink pad colors are Pretty Peacock, Garden Green, and Bermuda Bay. So just a little kind of different color combination there. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the green. Start with the garden green, and we're just going to ink up the bottom of our block. So you're going to get pretty good coverage of ink on the bottom of your block. Then you're going to come in with the Bermuda Bay. And I just kind of lift it up on its edge until I get, good stripe, good amount. And then the last is going to be the Pretty Peacock. Just like that. Then you're going to take one of our spritzers that have water inside, and you're just going to give that a nice spritz. Get that color beading up on there. Isn't that cool? Love those colors together. Then you're going to take the thick Whisper white cardstock. Now you could do the watercolor paper as well, but it works really good with the thick Whisper white. I'm just rubbing and bringing that color off the block onto my cardstock. And now we'll do the reveal. Ta-da! Oh, I like it. It turned out really, really well. So you're going to set that aside to dry. You're just going to clean your block off. You can put it under your kitchen sink. You can use your chamois. Mine, I think, is a little wet, but it comes right off, clean as a whistle. So you're going to let that set aside to dry, and then you're going to take you could use it just like that if you wanted to, but I took the stitched rectangles, and there's one that fits that almost perfectly, and die cut that out. So I have one that's already dried. So you can see they dry up a little bit lighter than what they show here. And this one has more white showing. Every time you do it, it will be different. But that's okay. We like that. So I also brought in, this is the brushed bronze cardstock. And I used the In the Pines die and die cut the little trees out of the center because we're going to be matting cardstock on here. So why not use that up? Because otherwise it's a waste, right? So I have the little pines, and I actually have a bunch because I wasn't sure what color I wanted to go with for this card. So I have the Pretty Peacock, and I have the Garden Green. That looks pretty. The Peacock. That looks pretty as well. I'm not really sure. On my sample, I used the peacock. Should I do it the same or should I go with the garden green tonight for a little bit different? I still am drawn to the peacock. I think it really just brings that out. I think I'm going to stick with that. Or I could bring in some more trees and not just do a single tree and then do some of the other green colors. That's interesting. I kind of like that. Maybe I'll do like this. I like it. Leave your comments. Let me know what you're thinking. This is what I'm thinking. So I used the stitched rectangles and cut a piece of the pretty peacock. We're going to attach our masterpiece to that. Because we used water, it does curl up a bit, so make sure that you're generous with your adhesive. And we're going to stick this all together. This is sort of a blast from the past technique. That now is going to go on our brushed bronze. So we can go ahead and get that started. And attach that. I love the pop of the bronze with those blues. Okay, so my next question is, should I put it on a piece of pretty peacock or should I go with the white like I have on that one? I thought I would try something different and go with the peacock. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. So we're going to fold this in half to create our card. And we can go ahead and attach this to our card front. Oh, I'm out of adhesive. Out. Alright, so now we're going to stick this just like that. So pretty. We're going to assemble our trees. I think I'm going to go with all 3 trees this time. So I'm going to use my glue since my adhesive is out. Just going to put a few dabs here and there. A little dab will do ya. Then I'm going to just put my block on there till that glue sets up a bit. All right. Oh, I just love the In the Pines bundle. If you haven't gotten it yet, get it soon because it is in the mini, the holiday mini, which is going to end soon. So this is, I think this is one bundle you're going to want to have on hand because it makes awesome masculine cards. It's a great stamp set for Christmas cards, thinking of you cards. It's Awesome. Love it. Love it. Okay, so now we have our big one. It seems to be stuck down good. So now, whoop, I have to decide if I'm going to lay that one flat and pop these up. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. That's how I do it. I just lay stuff out and look at it. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Perfect. Now these two on the sides, I'll pop up with some dimensionals. I'll grab my scissors and I'm just going to cut just a little slice for the trunk of the tree there, because I want that popped up as well. So we'll put that just like that, and we'll do the other one. You can see how quick and easy this card and this technique comes together. Just, I think the longest part is just waiting for your piece to dry that you can decorate. Alright, so we'll pop that guy up there. Isn't it pretty? So pretty. I love those three colors together. They were the Garden Green, Bermuda Bay, and Pretty Peacock. Just like that. Oh, so pretty. And then I have just a little strip of white, and I'm going to take the Pretty Peacock ink. And the stamp set, the In the Pine stamp set, has two sentiments in it. It has the thinking of you, and then it has the season's greetings. So I have the season's greetings already on the block. So we'll go with that. Make sure that we get it nice and inked. And it's upside down. Looks good. Now we're going to take the Build a Banner punch, and I want the little flagged end there, and I don't want it quite that long, so I'm just going to cut off on both sides, and then we'll banner that. Slip that in. Make sure it looks centered. That looks good. Now, got little things all over me. I'm going to just put my dimensionals on my card where I want my banner to come across. Right here. Just like that. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? You can't go wrong with those trees, in the pine trees, and that brushed metallic cardstock. I love that. That's also in the mini that will be retiring at the end of this month. So not only is the In the Pines bundle, but that 12 by 12 pack of those brushed metallics. So aren't those gorgeous? That is your technique for today. This is Tuesday's technique. It is called the Color Blocking Background with a clear block and ink pads. So if you've learned a trick or two, make sure that you share my video. If you are new to YouTube or my Facebook channel, make sure that you subscribe and turn on notifications. Click on that little bell on YouTube so that you know when I am going live. That is it for tonight. If you need any of the supplies, visit my blog, www.TheStampCamp.com. This is the December hostess code, and December is the last month for that In the Pines bundle and those metallics that I love to use. That is it for tonight. Thanks for stopping by.